light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up in the ring, light 'em up, shoot, shine, do your thing, light 'em up, go dumb, go stupid, yeah, we undefeated, sucker free, we got the seats heated, let's face it, you bout to get a beat down, less talking, let's take it to the streets now, ain't gonna be no rematch, why you wanna fight, touchdown on sight, yeah, turn off the light, oh, turn off the light, let's get it poppin', go dumb. When you see me moving, bodies dropping. Move some. I'm about to go sick. Call Earl. I'm turning up like E40, not your average girl. I'm turning up. We can rock like Rocky. Make you tap it. Ghost ride the whip. Look at my drip. This ain't a copy. We got a night if you wanna throw hands. When they see me fight, they wanna throw bands. Go dumb, go stupid. Yeah, we undefeated. Sucker free, we got the seats heated. Light 'em up in the ring. Light 'em up. Shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up. Light 'em up in the ring. Light 'em up. Shoot, shine, do your thing. Light 'em up.
It's time for the main event. It's the Shoe Shine.
¿Qué onda, latos locos? Damas y caballeros, it's your boy Dave in the 702 coming back at you for a special Shoe Shine Sports Tuesday night show following Game 4 of the World Series. Joining me all the way from the city of brotherly love, Philly Irish, Drew Evo. Got a Blue Jays hat? Oh, shit. He got a Blue Jays hat. Drew, ¿qué pasa, homie?
Blue Jays in 6.
He said the Blue Jays in 6. Shout out to everybody out there, whether you're rooting for the LA Dodgers, all my peoples out here on the West Coast, or if you're good friends, we got some good friends of the show that live in Canada. Shout out to everybody in Canada. Shout out to Jay Chaudhry. I know you don't probably listen to the show, but shout out to all my Toronto people. Oh, shoot. You know who we need to have on from Toronto, bro, is Joe Booney Sports from YouTube. We need to have him come on here. Maybe he'll go at it with some Dodger fans. What do you think about that?
Nah, he'll try to bash the Eagles again, as usual, when he's wrong again about the Eagles. And he needs to realize that Jalen Hurts is the bad man.
What Joe's not even here.
What are we on? Week 8, week 9? And
yeah, shout out.
Jalen Hurts has 15 thrown touchdowns, 1 interception, and a total of 20 touchdowns.
Hey, speaking of NFL week number 8 coming to a conclusion, first and foremost, let me say hello to 702 Man Cave. Chicano Prophet is in the building. Bruce, Gas Boxing, Jazz, and more. Appreciate you being here. Of course, SB, great to see you. And, well, I was going to say, of course, it's hard to say this name, but Miss Bitch, Holy Bit, CH Queen? What is that for? Chicago Queen? Anyhow,
What's up, bitch?
Excuse my language. Glad to have everybody here. I do have this from week number 8, Tailgate Talk, some of the people that competed. Drew, I got to give shout out to Crying Fit Hippie Ryan, a.k.a. Ryan from Las Vegas. He tied you, and I was right behind you guys. You guys are in a deadlock tie. Now, he was very generous and gave us a very nice super chat for your birthday week, and that I shared with you that week. And so I owe him a meal. So whenever Ryan wants to get a hold of me on Instagram or Twitter, yeah, I'll make good on that, man. I'll take you out to that meal. But I also said if you beat Drew out or me, or both of us, I think, that I was going to start giving a prize. And so that is a dead tie. He did not beat Drew.
You did not.
It was a tie. You guys tied.
Dave lost to Drew this week.
I would have come in a tie with you guys, but like a dummy, I picked the San Francisco 49ers to win. And what an embarrassing.
I picked a lot of good games, and the parlay didn't play a part in it. That sucked for me because I could have won a hell of a lot of money.
Well, this is what it feels like to be a Niners fan at the moment. So shout out to all my Niner Nation.
It's great to be an Eagles fan.
You guys improved to 6-2. The Niners are playing in the worst possible conditions. We are the worst team for NFL for injuries, Drew, and we are going to New York, where everybody seems to get injured on that AstroTurf. And speaking of New York Giants, they played a rematch against you guys. They beat you the first time, and I was worried. Dude, they got that confidence because they came very close to beating a powerhouse team the week before. But Drew, they lost. They got Jackson Dart. I'm loving watching that rookie, and of course Skatibo. Scatibo from Northern California. Who is big?
Scatibo.
Scatibo? How do I pronounce his name? It's not Scatibo. Scatibo. Nonetheless, Northern California kid who is a diehard 49er fan was having a very impressive rookie season, and it all came to a disgusting, hideous, scary injury this week against the Eagles, Drew. And who is Big Dom? He's part of the Eagles. He dropped off pizza and cheesesteaks.
He's a head of security for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's he's well known in Philly. He's well known in the NFL now because he got suspended for going at it with one of your guys on the sidelines 2 years ago.
Well, there he is. He went to drop him off. If you guys didn't see that injury, you don't need to see it. His ankle basically split. This is the second running back this year that was having an incredible start to the season, and his ankle went completely the other way, which I don't know what it is, Drew. What's going on in the NFL?
He has this. He had the same injury as Dak Prescott a couple years ago.
I mean, dislocated ankle. I've seen that one earlier this year with running backs. It's pretty damn scary. So that's it for him for the rest of the year. He was having an impressive start to the season. A lot of you guys in the chat here said that he would not last, that his style of play would not make him a durable player. And I think you guys are right. I mean, unfortunately, that's it for him for the rest of the year. They think he had his surgery in Philadelphia. He had it they had the best doctors there, had to do it right then and there. So unfortunately for this dynamic duo, Jackson Dart is going to be without one of his best weapons. And, the New York Giants, they could be a good team in the future with Jackson Dart. He looks extremely passable. I wish that our quarterback, Drew, you told me earlier the Niners Super Bowl window is pretty much closed. Could be with all these injuries. Oh, man. Before you get that thought out, guys, did you guys see, anyway, I'm talking about Scatibo, whatever, might be the curse. But before he played the game this weekend, Drew, he wanted everybody on the internet to know that he just had this custom diamond grill and earring set made. And he posted, this is typical, young hip hop culture, got the money now, want to flex. What do you think of those teeth? Think it was a curse?
Nah, I think he's trying to enjoy himself.
All right.
And everything, He's always been this way, so he went to a Knicks game to saw him in the front row.
I'm telling you guys, it must be a Northern California thing, but we like our grills. Shout out to Santel Media. Yeah, before this horrific injury, he had just gotten his custom teeth, and hopefully he'll enjoy those custom grill while he recovers. I wish him the best, and who knows, guys, maybe someday he will be on the San Francisco 49ers. Speaking of baseball, World Series Game 4 has come to an end. Shout out to Vince out there, Big Vince, Man Cave 702. He put in the chat earlier, he says, we'll get him on the next one. And on they go to Toronto for game number 5.
Okay.
How you feel about game number 5?
The correct pronunciation is Scatibo.
Scatibo. Is he Italian? Anybody know if he's Italian? Anybody know? Anyways, game 3 was remarkable, guys. I wanted to go live last night. Drew had come up with something, and something came up, and then the game just kept going. I thought about going live, and I'm like, damn, this game is going to go on forever. And for all my people on the East Coast, Drew, I'm like, what time is this game going to end? I went to bed. Shout out to everybody that stayed up for that, especially if you live on the East Coast. Did you see the end of that game, or you went to bed?
I look at it like this. I really think that the Blue Jays, this is the last, that the Dodgers ain't winning another game. It's going to end in 6 games. So I really think people got to look at it like this and realize the Dodgers aren't repeating. It's going to, it's going to the Blue Jays. Blue Jays are the best hitting team in baseball.
Well, they definitely didn't prove that last night, but they have been. Game number 1 did not go well for the LA Dodgers out there. Game number 1, to be honest, I mean, that's all I can say. The performance by then, and even today, Ohtani, he comes away with the loss on that one, right? But Ohtani had a spectacular game yesterday, 2 home runs. And I was talking with Vince live during the game, and I said, man, one more, and he ties Panda from the San Francisco Giants, who hit 3 home runs in that one that World One Series, the Panda from the San Francisco Giants. But, shout out to everybody who's going to enjoy Game 5. We go back to Toronto. And I feel like this World Series is really personal. Like, let's be frank about it, guys. With the divide between Canada and the U.S. under the Trump administration, it's become political. Like, the Canadians really want to win. They really want to see their team win this one because there's like political connotations. You know what I mean? There's political implications. Like, this is like a slap back in the face of the Trump administration over all the tariffs wars and whatnot. You know, they need to win this one. So maybe you're right, Drew. Maybe it's as good as the Dodgers are. Maybe they don't repeat this year. Maybe they do. That's going to make this so exciting. So like I said, the man cave. I said, I don't care who wins. I don't got it. I don't got it. Dog in the race. I just want to see a good series.
We're gonna get that dude a Phillies hat to wear. Get that dude an Eagles hat to wear because we know when he saw that Cowboys game, he looked at it and was like this. Why the fuck do I waste my time year after year being a Cowboys fan?
What are you talking about, Cowboys? How did we get to Cowboys right now? I'm looking at the chat.
Jerry Jones just screwed us over year after year. Fucked us over year after year. Why do I continue supporting this team? And Man Cave, I'll be honest with you, I feel your pain. I agree with you. That's why I am personally welcoming you to the Philadelphia Eagles fan base.
Oh, boy.
I am personally welcoming you. And all you have to do is on live camera blowing that press conference.
I never seen a football fan, somebody from a regional area, change size. The only person I know who's ever changed size is, if you guys are familiar with this character early on in the Shoe Shine, Johnny Savage. I spoke to Johnny Savage this Saturday. He went from being an LA fan to being a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, right? Don't make no sense. But he did. He's the only person I know I don't think you'll ever convince a Cowboys fan to change size. That being said, I got a story for you guys. I caught up with my friend, speech impediment man, who's been on the show. Drew, he said he still owe him $50. We went back and forth. I said I paid you 10, so he only owes you 40. Drew says Drew, do you think you still owe speech on that bet from years back?
Tell you the truth, he should know how to use Cash App. He should know how to use PayPal by now. If he doesn't, let's talk about this for a minute, Dave. So we bet on the Vikings Saints game one year, and the Vikings came and beat them in New Orleans and everything. You know what this dude did the next day? He hits me up on Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it now, in a DM, and gives me his fucking whole address to send a fucking check.
Okay, all right. Let's try to not do so many F-bombs today. Yes, he did ask for a personal check.
So I'm like this, speech. Do you have a Cash App or a PayPal so I can just send you it and you can put it in your bank account? He was like, oh, just send it to my address. Okay, I'm like, speech, you're hopeless. I need a PayPal or a Cash App. I am not sending.
He's not with he's a boomer, Drew. He don't know how to use all these Cash Apps things. But speaking of speech, so we went to the Vikings bar here in Las Vegas. It's called the Blue Ox, guys. I love the place for the food and just about the people were really nice. Anyway, we go to lunch there on Saturday. He's here in town for a comedy show. And I tell him, because he had no idea that I had you guys here, this loyal fan base knows I had a tumor removed. And I'm telling him the story about the tumor and that the doctor thought I had cancer. And I'm like, speech, I was going crazy. I was looking for life insurance. I thought I was going to die. I was making arrangements. and then he goes, don't worry about your wife. She won't be a widow for long. And then he says, God. You on the other hand, that's what he had to say. Don't worry about your wife. She won't be a widow for long. All right, guys, let's get to some sports talk. Let's talk about this Saturday.
Don't let him around your wife.
What? He's harmless, man. Unless he had a bottle of Viagra, he's harmless. Let's talk some boxing, guys. This weekend, I have to give credit to Steve Kim. He wrote an article for Snack That's right, the supplement company in the Bay Area that I used to live right next to them, Snack Nutrition. He writes articles for them. Drew, he wrote an incredibly good article, and he was basically speaking to the people who are running DAZN USA, DAZN, D-A-Z-N USA, because there are no boxing fans in the U.S. that are paying for these ridiculous pay-per-views. Who is paying for them? That's basically what he was saying. Look, we had a very good fight this weekend, a heavyweight fight with a lot on the line, a chance at Usyk, right? A chance to fight Usyk, the great champion Usyk. You had Wardley from the UK. You had former champion Parker, and it was a good fight, and it was behind not one, but two paywalls. That's right. Not only did you need to have a subscription to DAZN, but you also had to cough up an additional pay-per-view fee. That means two fees. What are we doing in the U.S.? Who saw this fight? I tried to score it. At the end of the day, guys, I just enjoyed it. It was a good fight. I wanted to see it come to an end, Drew. Were you scoring it? And what did you think of that stupid 11th round stoppage?
I had Parker up by 2 rounds at the time of the stoppage. I thought it was a horrible stoppage. It was. Like, Parker wasn't even hard enough and still defending himself. That's the UK refs, man. The UK refs are one of the worst refs, some of the worst referees in boxing.
It was a really good fight going into the 11th round.
They're so anxious to step in.
You might be right about that. And with when you have implications like a title opportunity, I thought Joseph Parker's had recently a very, very good heavyweight run again after losing his title many years back. I thought he was on the precipice of getting an opportunity again to show why he was a former heavyweight world champion. And now apparently, it's probably going to go to Wardley. People are asking, should we see a rematch between these two guys before, or do you just automatically put Wardley up there? What do you think, Drew? You want to see a rematch of this?
I want to see a rematch. I thought it was unjustified, but I think it should be. I think it should take place in a neutral territory, and I don't think a UK ref should be allowed to referee this fight.
What do you guys think in the chat? Let me know. Did you guys watch this really good heavyweight fight? It's basically all we had to look forward to this weekend. If you're a diehard boxing fan, you probably are going to pay. But then I got back and forth. I went on back and forth with some people on Twitter this weekend, Drew. Arguments about fire sticks and whatnot. Should boxing fans feel guilty to own fire sticks? Because I feel like more and more people on social media, particularly boxing Twitter, are now coming in and saying, hey, man, I got a fire stick. Like, should we be embarrassed about that, Drew? Should anybody be embarrassed that they got a fire stick in this economy?
No, but I don't think nobody should be embarrassed because of the way that the sport is now. And people are really, the people that are trying to run it are fucking it up themselves. They don't know the market. And they don't get that the U.S. market is not a good market right now because of the economy of the United States. And until they notice that, they're not going to get what they want. The subscribers have gone down dramatically in the U.S. It's not a lot of subscribers in the U.S. anymore because they kept going up. And when you go get a subscription, you pay more. You're paying an extra fee for pay-per-view. It's not supposed to be like that.
Well, DAZN is the company that 7 years ago we launched the Shoe Shine on a different platform, and they came out and what was DAZN's whole pitch to the American fan base? They said, "Look, we are going to get the boxing star of all boxing stars. We're going to get Canelo Alvarez, and we're going to give you pay-per-view quality fights. You're going to get to watch Canelo Alvarez right here on DAZN." Remember, they signed him to a 10-year fight deal, 10 fights, right? And they said you weren't going to pay nothing but $9.99. I signed up for DAZN right away. Amir Khan was the first fight. Amir Khan versus Phil Greco. Am I tripping? But it was Phil Greco, I believe, right? Maybe Phil Greco and Amir Khan. Anyways, 7 years ago, $9.99, and Lord knows it's over $200 and some dollars a year now annually. Plus, every fight, including the one coming up Riyadh season, is going to be pay-per-view. That's right. Thank you guys. Those who hit the thumbs up, I appreciate it. It's going to help Drew and I out big time. Really quickly, I just wanted to share, I got this picture of the WBC commissioner of, Suleiman. And you know that I'm trying to work a new show here. We tried a little run to add a second show with 702 Man Cave at his house. And I think I may have found what's missing in he's got everything, Drew, but he don't have these.
You mean third show?
Look at these. These are all the rage in Japan. I guess you can get them. I don't know if I'd put them in my house, but I think it might be kind of fun in a man cave. The only thing, Drew, with these chairs is take a look at that there, guys. They look like they're pretty big, right? They take up a lot of space. But I don't think they're made for American fight because look at Suleiman. He don't even fit on this chair, dude. I think it's made for smaller Inoue type size fighters because, man, I don't think we'd be comfortable on those for any length of time podcasting on that. We got some big news in the sport of boxing this week, guys. There is a good fight coming up this Thursday. I'm going to talk about how you guys could watch Michaela Mayer. She's in my intro. You guys pay attention to that one amazing female fighter, Michaela Mayer, world champion. She's fighting Thursday. But before we get to that, let's talk about something very serious, and that's the fact that Manny Pacquiao should have won and beaten Mario Barrios. In my opinion, he did. And he's gotten so much attention that, yes, he's gotten the attention of Floyd Mayweather. They're talking about bringing back Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. And I think it's because the fight with Rolando Romero for January looks like it's probably not going to happen. Perhaps Gisayev is not going to take the step-aside money. He is the mandatory for Rolly Romero for the WBA. Perhaps he's saying, nope, I want my shot. I want my shot now. And Manny Pacquiao has a lot of options, and one of the newest one on the table is Floyd Money Mayweather, Las Vegas. Drew, what was your reaction to this news?
Oh, man. I don't think it's going to be exciting.
The first one, I fell asleep during the first. Anybody think the first one was boring? All the hype, all the years we waited to see Floyd versus Pacquiao?
I didn't think it lived up to the hype. Floyd did that on purpose. He didn't want to face a good he didn't want to face the Manny Pacquiao everybody saw. He didn't think he could beat that Manny Pacquiao. But Floyd needs to just stay retired, man. Like in his exhibitions, he didn't even look like he was in good shape. And what do you expect? You think he's gonna go down to 147 again? I don't think he can make 147 again, Floyd.
Well, that's a good point. He has been in retirement. I have no idea what his walk-around weight is these days. Who knows? But is it even if this does materialize for next year, which is what they're talking about, early 2026? Is it going to be an exhibition, or is it going to be a full-fledged welterweight fight, like you said? Because Manny Pacquiao did meet the guidelines by the Nevada State Athletic Commissions, and he was a legitimate contender for the Mario Barrios fight. That there was a belt on the line. I think it should be a real fight. Nevada State Athletic Commission should be right here in Las Vegas.
I don't think Manny Pacquiao takes this fight unless it's a real fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either unless it's an exhibition. But here's the thing. At the same time, today, I'm also hearing contradictory news, Drew. According to what I'm reading today, via Seconds Out Live account, Seconds Out or Source of Boxing, Manny Pacquiao has confirmed himself that negotiations are ongoing for an exhibition fight against Vasily Lomachenko. That's another fight he's interested in. And even if it's an exhibition.
I don't know why Loma would want an exhibition. I think if Loma was going to come out, he's going to come out and fight in a real fight. But here's the thing. The problem is, I talked about this. I think the issue is what kind of weight this is going to be. I don't think Loma's going to fight at 147, and I don't think Manny can make 140 or
Well,
135.
I'm asking everybody in the chat, who do you prefer to see a fight with? Do you prefer that, that Pacquiao do everything he can to secure a championship level fight for the WBA title against Rolando Romero? Or would you like to see him fight Mayweather for a second time, even though the first one, in my opinion, sucked? Or an exhibition just to see Vasily Lomachenko? A lot of options. Maybe the Romero fight is off the table at the moment, but a lot of options.
This tells you there's a chance Vasily Lomachenko fights again.
I think he does.
Legitimately fights again.
I think he does for the right money. I think he does, guys. I don't think he's done.
the right if it's a title and the right money, I would see Vasily Lomachenko fight. And dude, he has to be training or something still. And everything. Like that, I can't see him just forgetting about training. And everything. But I don't know.
We got one reply. We got Pac-Man versus Raleigh's is the way to go. I think it's a great way to bridge the young fight fans with the older. And it doesn't matter who Manny Pacquiao is going to fight. He's going to bring the crowds. He's going to bring back the Filipino supporters back to the MGM Grand, whoever he fights. I think it's going to be a success. That fight sold very well. That might be the most recent fight, aside from the Canelo Alvarez fight at the Allegiant Stadium. But this week, I got to show you this, Drew, but somebody that you're not too fond of. I'm talking about Rick Glazer. He made a pretty good point, but unfortunately...
the fat-ass piece of shit.
He was he's kind of attacking and not attacking. This is Danny Garcia. He says, that's the crowd last night at boxing show at Barclays Center right before the main event featuring Danny Garcia. Calling it very sparse is generous. And this is basically a response to everything that's been going on. As I mentioned, you have journalists like Steve Kim saying we've got too much of a barrier right now for American fight fans financially. It's just too expensive to be a fight fan. You got to spend money to go see shows. You got to spend money to see pay-per-views. And even that Danny Garcia fight, I had people asking me, where is it on Twitter? People were asking where, I forgot, where is it? Where can I watch this fight? And again, I'm embarrassed to say, get a Fire Stick. Where is it? I don't want to feel like that. But shout out to Matt87. Matt's87, appreciate you. He says, what's up, Shoeshine? Good to see you in the chat. Appreciate you. Let's get to some real news, Drew. Real news, and then we'll talk about this week. Michaela Mayer, her debut at 154 is for a lot of titles, and it involves Top Rank. But first and foremost, let's get to some real news. Floyd Schofield has now... And I love the kid. I like the kid. Me and Fonzie, we love his mama too. She's great. We've been, at a couple of his fights sitting alongside his mom. But Schofield versus Jojo Diaz, a fight nobody cared about, a fight nobody was asking for. Jojo Diaz has looked like ass in the last 5 or 6 appearances. Nobody wanted to see this fight. Schofield is coming off the most impressive KO victory of his career. He knocked out Tevin Farmer in 1 round in devastating fashion. Never seen anybody knock out Tevin Farmer like that. So why on earth do you go from Tevin Farmer knockout to fighting, Golden Boy's washed up Jojo Diaz? I mean, he claims that he has a hand-wrist injury, and so therefore this fight is off due to injury. This was going to be on the next Golden Boy card, and 3 fights, Drew. He was going to fight H2O Silva, and that fight got called off. He was going to fight on, what's his name? Jake Paul's promotion. That fight got called off, and because of that, Lucas Badi ended up fighting H2O Silva, and Lucas Badi knocked H2. It worked out perfect for Lucas Badi. Then you had the big, disastrous week in Saudi Arabia where he was going to get the fight of his life, a dream opportunity to fight world champion Shakur Stevenson, and he fell mysteriously ill in Saudi Arabia. Is this a pattern that is concerning to you?
So who got the hand injury? It was a Schofield or was it Diaz?
Schofield. That's now his third fight canceled in 2 years.
I don't know. I think the best thing is, why match him up with these guys now? It's time to move him up. Match him up with William Zepeda.
That's a great fight. That's a great fight. And Tevin Farmer had 2 fights with William Zepeda. And if you were going to match, you're going to go through your Golden Boy roster. Jojo Diaz is far past his prime. And I just felt like, well, let's see. Tevin Farmer gave Zepeda 2 good fights. Let's see if he dispatches a Zepeda. You're right about that, Drew. My inclination is that fight's not going to ever happen. I feel like who knows what happens in boxing. Maybe he is hurt. Fundora was supposed to fight October 25th. He also supposedly had a hand-wrist injury, ligament injury that they had to call the entire PBC card off. But it wouldn't surprise me if somehow they're like, this fight ain't even worth our time. Let's bow out of this one. It's just me. I wouldn't be surprised if this is not genuine. And it's like you said, Drew, there's better fighters out there to be fighting. Basically, this was a stay busy fight. Maybe they'll go ahead and move forward with it when he recovers. But I think when they look at the landscape at 135, it'll be a waste of everybody's time, man. Yeah, you agree? All right. In other real news, boxing news, let's see what else I got here to talk about. We got new heavyweight rankings really quickly. Ask Drew how you feel about this. Now that Wardley has won, Alexander Usyk is at the top of the food chain, Tyson Fury. This is the Ring magazine, by the way. Ring magazine, not mine, not Drew's. Fabio Wardley moves into the number 2 spot. Agit Kabayel, number 3. Joseph Parker, 4. Daniel Dubois, 5. Philip Hrgovic, 6. Zalil Bang Zhang, number 7. Martin Bakoli, 8. Moises Itama, 9. And Efe Ajagba, 10. What do you think of this list? Do you like the top 5?
So no Joshua. I look at it. I would put, I would put Caballero as number 2, and Fabio is number 3. I would put Itama above. I'll put Itama at 6. I would put Efe Ajagba above Zhang and Bakoli and Hrgovic. And that's it.
All right. The heavyweight landscape is changing so quickly, but I noticed that they had no top-ranked fighters on there. Richard Torres Jr. did not crack the Ring magazine list. Now, in genuine news, guys, we talked about the fight October 25th. Fundora was called off, Drew. So PBC is going to move ahead with this December 6th card. And there is some big news. Philadelphia fighter. This is going to be, the main attraction is going to be Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach could not secure that rematch with Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank Davis is going to be fighting on ESPN in the month of November against Jake Paul. Sales for that are not looking good, Drew. Somebody on Twitter said maybe the circus is coming to an end. Sales of that fight are not looking good. Nonetheless, PBC is going to move forward with this card. I love this card. Jesus Ramos Jr. is also going to be on this card. He was supposed to fight October 25th in the MGM Grand, and because the show got canceled, he finds himself on this card too. But look at the most recent addition, Stephen Fulton, moving up in weight, and this looks like it's going to be a title, 130-pound WBC title fight. If so, Drew, he's going to get a chance to be a world champion at 122, 126. And now 130 if he can get past O'Shaquie Foster. This is a fantastic fight. Actually, these three cards, the top 3 are good fights, man. Janabek, Lara, middleweight unification. But what do you think of Stephen Fulton moving up and getting this crack at O'Shaquie Foster?
It shows that he's not afraid to be great. and everything. He's trying to get another division title. He's trying to do it by taking out a name and everything. And you gotta give him prompts for at least stepping up. He didn't take a warm up in this division. He's had to take up and try to get a champion.
Well, I agree with that. And I'm looking forward to this. Now, November are starting to look a little bit better for fight fans. We're going to have that big Riyadh season card. And then immediately after that, we're going to have this really solid PBC card. Unfortunately, it's not going to be in Las Vegas, but to all our people in Texas, I hope you guys can make it to go see this great fight card. So this Thursday, Drew, after Thursday night football, Michaela Mayer, when I met her, I think she was fighting at 130 pounds. We were coming out of COVID, and she was having this big fight, 130-pound championship against German fighter Hamadouche. Was that her name, Hamadouche? Man, that fight was fantastic. She got her first world champion. 24 pounds later, she's going to be fighting for multiple belts this Thursday night, on a Thursday night. Upgraded to 3 title unification. That was vacated by Cecilia. Some of those were Cecilia Breckhouse's titles. She is a favorite. I'm just going to say it right now. She is a favorite. One thing that's obviously of great concern is that Top Rank, amazing company from Las Vegas, Bob Arum, he's put together so many champions, Drew. They still do not have a television rights deal with a major network. So everybody's asking, how are you going to watch this? Well, there it is, guys. And they even gave out instructions on how. It's all over social media how you guys can watch it. Roku. I got a Roku device. Tubi is free.
Roku.
You got a Roku?
I got Tubi.
Tubi is free. The Vizio television, if you have a Vizio TV, you can catch this free. I believe it's one of their free channels. It's called Top Rank Classics. And I don't know if this is going to be going forward how you will be watching all Top Rank fights, but they're going to try it this week. Somebody responded to me on Twitter about comments because, Batman Boxing? Boxing? Yeah. He's like, he said something about like, shoot, you might as well have this on YouTube. And I responded to him, and Top Rank was tagged. And I said, you know what? That's a great idea, because at this point, fight fans want engagement. Fight fans want to chat. If you watch Pro Box or you watch the free portions of boxing cards, people want to chat. People want to talk to other fight fans and bullshit with them and say, oh, this guy's winning, or they start bringing, people really like that. At this point, if Top Rank doesn't have a television deal, what is the harm? Let me know. If somebody wants to come on the show who works for Top Rank, what is the harm in having a fight of this magnitude on YouTube as well?
Well, this is all free. Like Pluto TV
is
a cable service that's free. I got Pluto TV. I got Tubi. I got Roku. This is free. And I said that Top Rank was in somewhat talks with Roku about potentially having a deal to have boxing on their platform. I'm the one that reported it. And damn, it's right. So if we look at it like this, YouTube, Roku, Tubi, Pluto, it doesn't matter. It's fucking free regardless.
Yeah, you're right. Santiago Media says Golden Boy Matchroom, they do it. They put up the prelims, and people love to watch the prelims because you can tell, you can send right away. You can get on your phone and be like, hey, bro, you're missing this great fight on the prelims. Yeah, it's free. Here's the link, right? And next thing you know, everybody's chatting in the room. If you're going to be showing this fight, like you said, free on Roku, Vizio, Tubi, and Pluto, and that's how you guys can go ahead and watch it. Championship level fight for Top Rank. Why not just have your own channel on the? I know they have their own channel, but why not also show it on YouTube on this platform right here?
Yeah, have it on YouTube or maybe a Twitch channel, Top Rank Boxing or Twitch.
Did I see it on Twitch?
Like you can there are so many opportunities that you don't need a major deal to make money off these fights. You just got to show, hey, you want to subscribe to the channel? We just got to pay $5.99 a month for it and everything. And you get the benefits. You get the ad-free benefits.
So, yeah, I agree with you, Drew.
Like, it's like this. This is why boxing is really dying in America. Because TV, like a lot of these networks are burning their bridges with boxing because how the way the matchmakers are. That's the main reason. Like, who do you think Amazon is going to give PBC a shot? Nobody. This is the last stop. If you get kicked off of Amazon Prime, this is your last stop. You are not going to be able to get on another network because we cannot trust Al Heyman to make competitive, good fights with big names together. And it's just how it is. It's been going on for a long time, and American boxing is dying because of it. And you can also blame the fans for it. But when the promoters are not doing their job, and your job is to make the best fights possible and to make as much money as possible, then you don't need to be part of it. You're not going to be part of the solution. You're part of the problem.
Drew, I wholeheartedly agree with you guys. I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but anyways, this is when Michaela Mayer, this is her face-off today. She's looking pretty solid at 154, really quite strong. But right beneath it, we have this here, Michael Woods, media member. He says, who wants to admit they are not rolling in piles and that while they could afford the pay-per-view fee, it would not be prudent to purchase? Quote, being a U.S. boxing fan of limited means sucks right now, straight up. Can't afford to be a fan, let alone proper media. He also responded, no one I know's watched. That's a reference to the Wardley fight, Wardley versus Parker. But since Frank got his, who cares? That is a bad attitude I see everywhere. Greed is real. Good to be narrowed few. Everyone else scuffles. Drew, our good friend Joe Habib thinks that, he tweeted that he thinks less than 10,000 people in the U.S. paid to see this fight this past Saturday.
I'm going less than 5,000. I don't think this fight was bought a whole bunch in America. I don't think anybody really, if you look at it, cared for this fight. A lot of them will be like, who the fuck are these two? At the end of the day. It's just how it is. And it's the unfortunate fact that the promoter did not do his due diligence. The promoter did not do his best for his fighters and the fighters on that card to make the most profit. Because if I'm the promoter, I would tell them, don't put another fee on this pay-per-view. If you subscribe to DAZN, you get the pay-per-view for free and everything. And then it makes it more profitable for somebody that has a subscription or signed up for a subscription to come on and watch this fight. It makes it profitable. It makes it real profitable, man. And but the greed and everything. Of course, you're gonna get the UK, but the American boxing fan, the American sports fan in general, they ain't able to do these big price tags on shit like it was back in a couple of years ago. They can't do it no more, and because they said, I'd rather go to a football game, or I'd rather go. This is an $89 pay-per-view. Nah, I'd rather spend my $89 on a Sixers ticket or something and go to the Sixers game and have a good time watching a basketball team. Or I'm using my money to watch a football game because I'm going to have fun watching a football team play. It's just how you look at it. And it really depends if you put your foot down or not. And I believe now the American boxing fan, the hardcore especially, are putting their foot down and say, yo, we're not buying this shit no more.
Drew, check this out. Unfortunately, paywalls in U.S. keep folks with no extra income to spend on entertainment on the back foot. Almost no one in the U.S. watched Parker Wardley, though it seems as the promoter Old Frank doesn't give AF because Turkey was funding. Too bad. Fans and fighters deserve better. This era ain't that at this time. We should all be so dignified as Joseph Parker in defeat, or maybe not. Dignified to a point, then it's complicity. I, for one, could not purchase the event. in good conscience. I pay rent, child support, etc. It isn't prudent, but who cares, right? And they're referencing to Frank Warren and Turkey, because Turkey was funding this fight. And like they said that there wasn't going to be pay-per-views on DAZN and whatnot, and there was going to be a one-time fee, and that's all. It's all changed now. It's all changed now. Hey, great point. Santiago Media says, I once saw Mikey versus Spence in a movie theater for $19.99. I saw Canelo versus Arislan Lara in San Jose at a huge movie theater, and me and my wife had a great time. I snuck in a bunch of tequila in a flask and just had nothing but popcorn and hot dogs. And it was fun, man. I think we paid 13 or 14 bucks a ticket to see that fight.
I look at it like this, and I think that one night, and I'm gonna say this, like, and I offer a lot of anybody, the watchers, any personality, a content creator. I think one night we should get a couple of content creators, like a roundtable sort of thing, and talk about American boxing in general, as a whole, financially, in general, with like the zone and everything. We should talk about it and talk about a lot of different things when it comes to American boxing, because I believe it makes good content to talk about it. To have a bunch of people on a screen in different boxes talking about American boxing, the state of American boxing, and everything. And I think it's a good idea for us to get people to come on here and talk about it and get their perspective. It's good to get like more points of views on it, because some people may like it the way it is. A lot of people don't like it.
I think Wile E. Coyote's making some great points about tariffs and whatnot. I was joking with my buddy Speech. He's a hardcore MAGA. He loves MAGA. Hi, Mom Food. My boy Speech is a hardcore MAGA, and he's seen those pictures with Epstein where Trump used to party at the end. They used to have these dance parties. And I sent him this. I sent Speech this. I said, hey, bro, he knocked down that part of the White House to build this, right? This is the discotheque, the Trump extension of the White House. Wait, it looks just like the one right here in Las Vegas.
I should ask Speech to spell MAGA.
Maybe that's where all the tariff money is going. But yeah, wow. Wouldn't that be something if this is what he leaves behind in his legacy, the Trump Tower, a Trump Tower extension. It looks just like the one right here in Vegas. Great to see Mom Food, guys. Please go and subscribe to her channel. Her channel has eclipsed my tiny channel, but who cares? Because Mom Food is hilarious and deserves it. She's almost at, did you hit 4,000? Guys, go and check out her shorts. She's been doing incredible costumes. Like, I'm just blown away by how talented. Mom Food, my wife and I both want you to know that we think you are so talented and funny. And I'm glad to see this side of you showing your talent. It's really great. Go follow my homegirl Mom Food planning things. Now, couple last things here. Speaking of Errol Spence, you brought it up in the chat, officially announced his retirement. Drew, he's 35 years old, back and forth. Took that beat down by Terrence Bud Crawford. I think maybe he should not have done that fight, but whatever. He got paid his big payday. Errol Spence officially retired last week. Now, for the 154-pound landscape, your boys in that division now, the next big fight coming up, speaking of DAZN, is going to be, thank God, not a pay-per-view. It's Virgil Ortiz, November 8th. And that was that fight card that we just were talking about that Floyd Schofield was supposed to be on. I'm looking forward to this one, guys. A quick video of Virgil Ortiz there, shadow boxing at a Halloween event. Just having a good time, getting loose. November 8th, that's right around the corner. We could finally look forward to some really good boxing. Not too fond of the fact that he's fighting Lubin. I think Jesus Ramos Jr. beat Lubin. He didn't get the nod. At this point, Jesus Ramos is going to be fighting on the December card. Man, I would love to see promoters work and get these kids to fight each other, man. I would love to see Virgil Ortiz versus Xander Zayas, Jesus Ramos. Just let all the top dogs that are 25 and under, 26 and under, let them fight, man. I want to see them fight. I really do. That's all we got. Look, Drew's, I think it's time, guys. It's almost 9 o'clock. World Series Game 4. Thank you to everybody that joined today. We will be back Thursday for football talk. Shout out to our boy Ryan. He wasn't here tonight, but hopefully he'll be here. I got all the winners. He tied with Drew. Let's see here. I think Fonzie came in last place this week. If it wasn't Fonzie, no, it was Paul. Shout out to Paul.
Damn, Paul.
Paul came in dead last. Crypto Ryan tied you, Drew. I came in second.
The upset king became the upset himself.
And then Man Cave with 6 wins and Fonzie with 5. I hope to see everybody here on Thursday. Do not forget, make sure you hit the notifications because we might be going live again from the Man Cave Studios this Thursday at lunchtime. I'll talk to Vince about that. We may do another show on Thursday afternoon, followed by the Thursday night football tailgate talk. Until then, everybody go check out my girl Mom Food and check out her funny shorts, guys, and all her. I ain't got nothing else to say. All right, I appreciate y'all. We'll catch you on Thursday. Peace.